Hello everybody, my name is Elijah, and today we shall be reviewing Iron Lung. I was really excited for this movie, man. Really excited. For those of you guys who don't know, Markiplier is a huge YouTuber who started off just doing Let's Plays on horror games and others. And that quick description is such an understatement to what he's done over the past about 12, 14 years. He's an incredible guy. And a lot of people are going to be knowing him now as a director instead of a YouTuber, which he's actually worked before in a lot of short films and even TV shows. And a lot of you've seen a lot of filmmaking come out of him through the work that he's done through YouTube. For those of you guys who don't know, which this is basically the basic plot of the game, which does translate to the movie, which basically it's a game that establishes the idea that humans have already advanced enough to make space stations and also, I think, colonize different planets. And out of nowhere, without any warning, there's something that happens throughout the entire universe, which is called the Silent Rapture, where basically every planet that ever had life and stars disappeared all at once. And the only surviving human beings that are known to exist now were only the ones left on the space station, which were, for the most part, prisoners. They discover a moon that is covered in blood, oceans of blood. And your job in this Iron Lung is to scour through the caves and crevices of this ocean of blood and see if you can find an answer as to why all life around the universe disappeared. But that's all I could really say without saying any spoilers, because that's the only thing that is explained through the game. The movie expands on a lot of the things that the game never did. Speaking about the movie, I again had really high hopes for this movie. I love Markiplier. I love all of the things that he's done, let's plays, gameplays, and even just as an artist, I respect him tremendously. Also, something humongous that Markiplier was able to accomplish was this movie has no distributor. This movie didn't work with A24 or Universal or Warner Bros. Nobody. This movie was distributed by himself only, by himself and the fans. This movie was only meant to have a very small quantity showings. But Markiplier posted a video saying that if you wanted his movie to be in your theaters, to call your local theaters and request for Iron Lung to be played on that movie theater, which a lot of people downplayed as, ever working. Boy, if you look now at the website, there's over 4,100 theaters that are going to be playing Iron Lung alone without a distributor, which is an incredible thing to hear. It just comes to show how much support Markiplier has by his fans. His fans really did believe in him. I believed in him. I was excited for this movie. I've been waiting for it ever since he released a teaser trailer about 2 years ago, almost 3. It's incredible to see, even after so long, people still believed in him so wholeheartedly and were ready to show up, make this movie be played in wherever, as many places as possible. This movie was really good. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a fan of Markiplier. I'm generally saying that because I love watching movies. I watch movies every day, and this movie was really good. I hope you guys don't miss this one. The horror was really good. Again, without touching any spoilers, the story really just relies on one character, with a few others coming in and out. But for the most part, you're just focused in with one character in this environment, this isolating environment, and for you to be able to tell a compelling story while staying in one space and also telling the story through only one character, it's a difficult thing to do. It's a very hard thing to pull off. You could lose your audience really quickly if not done right. It could be very boring, or it could just be very uninteresting. But Mark pulls it off, man, and it's a combination of editing, music, cinematography, and especially the acting. Mark does play the prisoner named Simon, and he did a phenomenal job. He's able to pull off intense scenes, dramatic scenes, scenes of anguish and sadness, scenes of anxiety. What he is able to portray here physically, emotionally, is so impressive. And generally did such an amazing job. And touching upon some of the things I mentioned, the music, amazing. It is done by Andrew Schultz. And from what I heard when hearing Mark on his live stream, a lot of metal was used to compose a lot of the music, and it's very effective. It plays perfectly with the theme and the environment of the Iron Lung. And there's a lot of great horror, while also dabbling in a lot of psychological horror, which I really didn't expect, but I thought was done really well and very compelling. Not only does it portray the original story of the game, It expands upon the story in the ways the original story didn't, and it does it very well. Everything it adds on to the story of the game is really great and so interesting. And as we see the story progress with Simon in this movie, you just keep wanting to learn more and more about what's going on. The biggest question of all, what's out there? What is really in that blood? What is really in this moon? And is there something alive or not? Also, it was really great to talk to you, Mark. I didn't expect to have the opportunity to ever talk to you personally, but I was just in the right place at the right time, and it was really great to talk to you and have a proper conversation with you. But overall, this movie is really good. I highly recommend you watch it in theaters. You absolutely do not have to know who Markiplier even is to watch this movie. This movie stands on its own, regardless of who made it. This is generally a well-crafted movie. You could watch Iron Lung starting January 29 in your local theater. And if your nearest theater doesn't have Iron Lung playing in theaters, I do recommend, I'm not sure if it works anymore just because we are on the day of the movie coming out, but there is a chance that if you call your local theater right now, and if you request Iron Lung to be played in your local theater, there's a chance that that movie will be played there. I do recommend everyone to watch this movie, regardless if you know who Mark is or not. There's a lot of people who are going to know Markiplier now because of this movie, and I think that's something that's really awesome. For those of you guys who are going to watch this movie not knowing who it is and who made it and who they are, I hope this movie inspires you to want to find out more about who this is, because Mark is a really great guy, and I hope you enjoy this review. This review might be a little everywhere. I just watched the movie, so that's why I'm very excited to talk about it. Overall, just watch this movie as soon as possible. If your nearest theater isn't playing it, call them and request Iron Lung to be played in your local theaters. Hope you guys enjoyed the review, and I'll see you next video. Bye bye.